Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Digital Classroom. Today, it's going to be a special one. We're waiting for YouTube and we're waiting for Twitch. And as it seems now, we are live on both platforms. So, I'm ready for it. Are you guys ready for it? Because today, it's all about you. It's not about me. It's not about my work. It's literally about you guys. So, let's start this special episode of the Digital Classroom. And let me find out our trailer. There we go. Now, of course, you guys probably know that there's a little bit of a problem in the world, right? There's a pandemic going around, and that means that there are a lot of lockdowns. So what do you do during a lockdown? Well, you can sit down and watch YouTube all day, something that a lot of people will do, and it's fun. Don't get me wrong, we have Netflix, Disney, whatnot more. But the best thing, of course, is stay creative. And this is one of the things that is, of course, very, very hard. Because how do you stay creative if you can't work with your models, if you can't do other stuff? And well, sometimes we need a little bit of a push, including myself, of course. So what I thought would be cool was to do a sort of competition. So you guys send me in your best images ever. And it can be landscape, it can be model photography, it doesn't really matter as long as it's your best shot ever. And we got in a lot of images actually. So we started thinking like, hey, if we get so many responses and people like it so much, let's do it in a repeating pattern. So today it's about your best image, but we also have one coming, your best composite or your best out of your normal workflow kind of thing. So yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff. Now, normally I would do these with my wife Anne-Week, of course. And as you can see, Anne-Week isn't here because Anne-Week actually broke her ankle on 2 places and she's now resting. She is home again, so everything went great. She only has to heal, and that's about a 6-week recovery time. So probably we'll try to get Anne-Week here next time, but at this moment she can't do it yet. But I'm exactly very, very glad that she's now home again with us. Okay, so your best images ever. Let's not fool around. Let's start. But before that, I want to tell you what the prize is. Now, when I started this, I thought, let's do it once and just give you guys a prize, like a video from me. And you can just select any video you want. And then I was thinking like, okay, if we want to do it differently and we want to do it more, we have to have some cool prizes, right? So I called up some friends of mine, and the first is actually today. And that's your best shot. And what is more appropriate than with your best shot to get a subscription for a full year of KelbyOne Pro. That means that you get everything that KelbyOne has to offer, including my videos. And a lot more, of course. So that way you can learn a lot of stuff. But we're also going to run some other competitions. And I can already tell you that we have some cool prizes coming up. XP Pen is going to sponsor one of the episodes. BenQ is going to sponsor one of the episodes. We're going to try to get Tether tools involved. Pretty easy. And of course, we're also going to throw in some prizes of myself. But today, it's about a pro membership for KelbyOne for a full year. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's start with those images because you don't want to see me talk, right? You want to see the images. Okay, so let's switch over. And by the way, we have the chat open. If the audio is okay, if somebody can let me know that, then I am fine. Okay, so the images. I have Lightroom open. And the first thing that you will see is that I already did a selection. And we're just going to go through all the images. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think of those images. And then we're going to select a winner, right? It's easy as peasy. Okay, first image. Let's open that up. Okay. Now, one of the things that I love is portraiture, right? And I love shooting models. But there always has to be something that is special, something that really draws my eye, like, hey, I really like that shot. And sometimes it's not something that you can literally just say like, hey, I like that shot because. Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated. Sometimes it's a little bit more that you go like, why? And most of the time that's storytelling or character. Now, when you look at an image like this, we see a white backdrop. We see a great lit model for the very simple reason when you zoom in, you can't see that any of the hairs are literally eaten away. And that's something that you see a lot with white backdrops. They're often so bright that they will literally reflect back. So let's do that fit again. Okay. I like the shot, I like the crop, the lighting is very cool, I like the cat's lights in her eyes. It's a great shot, well lit, great character. But it's not something where I go like, oh wow, right? But it's a great shot. But for this competition, your best shot ever, we have to go a little bit better. Next shot. Now, this is something that I love. And especially with the pandemic going around, everybody's sitting home. This is a story. You see what I mean? This is something that really tells me, like, this is a family, and you see the mom getting over here, totally berserk, probably for the dad. The kid is coming up here. We have somebody in the back with her phone, teenager, right? And we have the dog. And the dog is actually the one that really triggered me. When I looked at this shot, I was like, oh, I really like everything, but oh, the dog. That is such a cool shot. Now, in all honesty, when you look at the lighting, you can see that there's something a little bit weird, right? Watch this. So C is properly lit, but you see that the lighting is very, very flat. When I look at him, I can see accent lighting, same with the sun. So probably this one was shot at the same time, the sun and the dad. Now, when we look at the mom, there's hardly any side lighting, just a little bit here. But most of the light is coming again from that side, same with her. But it's a little bit from that side. So there's very, very much thought about how the lighting is placed. And it literally worked. There's only one thing. Where's that side light coming from? I don't see a window. I don't see lamps that are strong enough to create that side lighting. And when I look outside, there's literally no light outside. So this is something where you do a composite, because I'm pretty sure this is a composite. You do have to think about where's the light coming from. But overall, man, I love the story. And sometimes it's not about technique. It's about that you really purvey that story, that you show somebody like, hey, this is going on. So really, really like this one. Now, this is a moment. And I've done some live photography myself, and I absolutely love it. But getting something like this, you do have to remember, when you have a model, you can go a little bit to the left, go a little bit to the right. You can't do that with a live artist, because the live artist is in the location where he or she wants to be. And if the light hits it, great, awesome, then you have a great shot. If the light doesn't, yeah, sorry, it didn't work out. In this case, perfect moment, perfect lighting. I also love the lighting on the top. It's just a great shot. This is absolutely a breathtaking live shot. Is it something that can win? I don't know. It's lighting-wise, it's great. I like the silhouette, but let's just continue, right? Oh, we have a question in from Paul. Hey, Frank, is everything all right with Anna-Week? Okay, for the case you didn't know, Anna-Week last week, I believe, went walking with Chewy, our dog, and she slipped on a piece of ice and she broke her ankle in 2 places. She got an operation in the start of this week, and normally they can come home the next day. And, well, Anna-Week, her leg was still a little bit swollen, so she had to stay in the hospital until yesterday. So yesterday we picked her up from the hospital, and at the moment she's resting. So normally she would be here with the live streams, but she isn't at the moment. But we hope for a very, very good recovery. The operation went great, so she's now the bionic woman, we call her, because she has a little plate and some screws in her leg. And we're pretty sure it will be okay, so great. Thank you for asking. Okay, let's go for the next one. Now, this one is a story, and the cool thing is, it's also a cool story for me. Now, a while ago, and don't worry, it won't in any way influence the outcome. Now, this is 3 generations, and I know these 2. And how did I know those 2? Just before we went on a holiday, I think 2 or 3 years ago, we went to Denmark or Sweden, I don't remember exactly, and I think Sweden. And one guy ordered a flash bender, and now we had an option to just send in the flash bender via mail or bring it. And we actually took a vlog with that. So we actually decided to, you know what, he ordered the flash bender, let's just bring it to his home. Now, this guy, Jimmy, was an awesome host. He invited us in, and that's where I met his dad. And his dad was absolutely awesome. The best accent, and he talked about snowstorms, and we were sitting outside with the fire, and just a great, great experience. It's something that I will hold for the rest of my life dear in my heart. And here you see the 3 generations. Now, I recently heard from Jimmy that his dad passed away, so I'm very, very sorry for that. They had a great bond, and it was a great guy. So I think this is something that a lot of people forget. Photography is freezing a unique moment in time that will never ever come back. So all those guys that just shoot, shoot, shoot and don't think, please think about the person you're shooting. Make sure that you always give your best attention to your sitter, because you never know what's going to happen or where disaster will strike. And these kind of images will give you so much to think about and look back later. So as an image, I absolutely love it. Lighting, I absolutely love it. It's just a great story, and what more can you say? This is something that you just love to hang on your wall. It's an amazing shot, but especially for the people in the shot. Is it enough to win? I don't know. Landscapes. Now, landscapes are not really my thing. I shoot them, I love them, and then I just move on. However, when somebody else sends them in, I'm always trying to do my best to do it justice if I give you a review on a landscape. So what do I like? Somehow I always love water. It's there. So that's point one. I always love a little bit of backlighting. Look at the grass. It's there. Absolutely love it. I love a great sky without too many blown out parts. It's there. I love color and mountains. It's there. Who doesn't like snow? Well, Anna and me don't like snow at the moment, but normally we love snow. It's there. Forest, it's there. It's a stunning shot. It's an amazing shot. However, a landscape shot for me, it doesn't really evoke the emotion that I get from the other shots, if you know what I mean, right? So technically it's great, but there isn't something going on where I go like, oh, immediately, like a fish jumping out of the water. And I know I say something really weird, like, hey, is fish jumping out of the water or a bird coming by? But that's the part that I would love to see in a shot, or a double rainbow, or one rainbow, or maybe rain coming down. It is the perfect shot. It's great in lighting. It's great in the moment. Look at the sky. It's just stunning. Look at the whole surrounding. It's stunning. I love the composition. But there's something in there missing, and maybe it's because I'm not a landscape photographer, so don't flame me or hurt me for that, but it's something missing. I like to see a little bit more in something if it's your best shot ever. Wedding shots, always fun. In this case, I love the dreamy look. I do miss a little bit of detail in the dress. So that's something that I would try to get at least with a little bit, maybe if you have the raw file, just make the whole image like it is now, and then take the original file and just bring a little bit of detail back in the dress. It's there, but it's a little bit overexposed. But the expression, also remember, these are not models. You don't really coach them. It's like a quick shoot in between, or at least when we do the weddings. It just looks absolutely great. This is some kind of shot where if you are the bride and groom, you're gonna love this forever. You're gonna hang it on your wall and it's amazing. So great shot, without any doubt. Okay, another landscape shot. I absolutely like this one too. What I like about this one is the almost split toning. We have that yellow red cast over here. We have the blue over here. Look at those. I think it's clouds probably, yeah. And yeah, I love this one. I don't know how to call it in English, sorry. The thing that I think would be even better, lift up the camera just a little bit. So there's a little bit of separation between these and actually the water. Now it just blends in a little bit together. I would love to see a little bit more separation there, but hey, that's me. Maybe for a landscape photographer, they go like, Frank, you're nuts. It should be different, but that's my opinion. But I do like it. It's absolutely stunning. Up until now, I didn't see any shots that I didn't like. Okay, here we go. Okay. The bike. Wow, stunning. Absolutely stunning. The guy, a little bit overexposed here. This is okay. This is a little bit too much for me. And I would like to see a little bit more eyes and a little bit more of his suit. But take that with a grain of salt. This is a killer shot. It's just something like, if I see the bike, it's absolutely perfect. When I see him, I go like, ooh, just a little bit too dark. And I know you want the bike to jump out and the guy to be a little bit more in the back, but still you can have detail in the guy and a little bit less overexposed here. But everything else, wow, love it. So that's great. Okay, now this is something that's smart. And this is something that's really smart. And maybe a tip for you guys. There's always this part of vignetting, right? And I love vignetting in my shots. That's when you make the sides a little bit darker. But there's also something called framing. Now, who doesn't know landscape shots where you go like, hey, I'm going to frame this by using a branch of a tree or whatever. That's framing. When you look at this, this is very, very smart. The framing is actually this round curvature. And look at the back. Look at the reflection. This is a stunning, stunning shot. I really, really like this. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about this anymore. This is just stunning. Look at the road going that way, road going that way. There's some symmetry in there. Maybe for a wedding, I would zoom in just a little bit closer that you can see the couple a little bit more. But it means you would lose a little bit on the bottom and the top. But yeah, I think I would zoom in just a little bit more. But overall, wow. And by zooming in, you don't have to zoom in. If you still want to capture everything, just go closer and use a wide angle. So let's say this was shot on, I don't know what it was shot on. 70 mil. Hey, great. Thanks, Lightroom. It's 70 mil. What I would have tried to do probably was go to 24 and just step closer. So you get the same stuff in the picture, but the couple looks a little bit closer. That's just personal. Okay. Really like this one as a portrait. I would like to see a little bit less space here and more space on the right side. So it's now a lot of blue. Then you have the model, and the model is actually looking to the right, and there's not a lot of room where she looks at. Now, there's something called in an image that's called negative space. Now, negative space for me, and I would like to start a hashtag, negative space is positive space. For me, the negative space really adds to the image. When I look here at the negative space, it's literally on the wrong side of the model. So I would literally just shift that whole image a little bit more towards there, so you get a little bit more room on the right side where she's actually looking. But overall, lighting-wise, great. Love the sunglasses. Posing is okay. A little bit hot on her wrist. But overall, great shot. Nothing wrong. A composite. Here we go into storytelling. Storytelling, without any doubt, for me, wins heads over heels for a normal shot. I don't care how great the other shot is. If you have story in your shot, that's it. Now, when I look at this magnificent, or whatever you want to call her, I like the tree in the back, a little bit of smoke. I like this little detail over here, maybe a spider. And indeed, it is a spider. I hate spiders. In this case, I love it. I love those little leaves over here. What I would do actually in Photoshop is enhance those leaves just a little bit with the dots tool. So you get a little bit more detail in those leaves. And I think he actually did. I love her whole outfit. I like how it blends in the backdrop. It's totally convincing for me that she was in that area. What you see with a lot of composites, and it's something that I do wrong myself too. They shoot, for example, a model on 2.8, so you see that the focus is already falling off on her ears, and then the backdrop is razor sharp, and you go like, what? That isn't right. In this case, everything is literally in that same plane of focus, and that's often a smart move. Just shoot it on f16 and it will all blend together. But it isn't that easy, because I do compositing myself now sometimes, and it's really hard. And I think this shooter, awesome. Also look at the lighting. She's lit from the back, and you actually see in the tree the light is coming from the back. It's hitting here on that side. So lighting wise, it also fits together for me. So I would say awesome. Great. Yeah. This for me, I like the idea behind it, but what I don't like, and this is something that I think there's another shot that also has this problem. There is a filter in Topaz Studio, for example, and it's a little bit like tonal contrast. So you add a little bit of contrast, a little bit of bite to your shot, and I love using that filter. You see it in almost all my shots. However, on skin, it's terrible. It makes the skin look really, really bad. And in this case, I think there's still a little bit too much on the skin. Now, if you are a dock worker or a mine worker, that's great because you're dirty, right? And you want to show that. In this case, however, I think, especially in the neck and the hands, that filter is a little bit too much. Just tone it down like 50% at least. And the rest of the suit, that's awesome because that's where those filters really work. They really enhance everything that's small detail or large detail. So they just enhance that. But on the skin, no. So for me, this image, great shot, great expression, love the lighting, love the suit, just a little bit too much on the skin. Okay, this is cool. This is really nice. I like conceptual stuff, and in this case I really like it. It is very, very obvious that this is a composite. As you, let me zoom in. Oh, you can't zoom in, Frank, okay. And in this case I don't really mind that it's a composite with the bird, for the very simple reason, sometimes, now this is gonna sound weird, sometimes you want a composite to look 100% natural, right? But sometimes it's also really cool to just show, hey man, this is fake, boom, just glue it on. And this is very, very personal. If you do it consistently, so you always show very quickly, okay, this is a composite, boom, it's fake, I don't care. That can be a style. I always tell people, when you make a mistake once, it's a mistake. When you do it twice, you better watch out. When you do it 3 times, you're pretty dumb. When you do it 4 times, you have a style. And you see with a lot of stuff like mixed media, for example, it isn't fitting in perfectly. It's always that glued on effect, and that's intentional. And I'm very, very sure that this photographer or retoucher didn't even try to make it look like the bird was really there. And that's what makes this image, for me, stand out and even get it a little bit extra. If the bird would have looked natural, I would probably go like, yeah, that's fake. And now I just love that combination. So I hope you guys know what I mean, right? It's in no way a negative remark. It's actually very positive. I really, really like this shot. I like the colors. I like the fact that she's in the water with a chair. And of course, we've seen that many times before, but it's the head, the color, everything, the bird, everything combined, it just makes this shot really, really jumps out for me. Sorry. Okay, this I absolutely love. Storytelling again, love the styling, but tone down, please tone down those tonal contrast effects. Leave it in everything, just leave it in everything, but please take it out of the skin. Oh, one moment. So don't use it in the skin, but on everything else, it just looks absolutely awesome. And of course, I like the shot. It's really, really nice. Wow. Okay. Composition-wise, this is the only thing that's wrong with this image for me. Composition-wise, let me go into the develop. I hope there won't be a lot of delay, because normally when we do stuff like this, there will be a lot of lag. And just add a little bit of space there, and you have, for me, a perfect shot. I'm a little bit in doubt about the color of the nails. It jumps out nicely, but maybe try a different color, like red, or maybe even yellow or green or whatever. Or maybe make it like figures, like all those nice nail art, you know what I mean, right? But overall, I love the shot, and I know how difficult it is to get the hairs floating nicely, and this photographer, awesome. The hairs look really, really nice. Love the way that her eyes just really pop out. I love the skin retouching, not too much, just enough. So really, or a very good makeup artist. Very, very nice. Love it. Awesome. Now, this is like madness, right? This is like total over-the-top madness, and sometimes you just have to do it. In this case, I love the white backdrop. I love the detail in the flowers. I love that you don't see everything here. It's really nice and dark. It blends together with a nice with the backdrop, really nice. I like the headpiece. The posing, it's something that's really weird and awkward, which fits the expression perfectly. Great shot, love it. Next shot, this is one that might be not safe for work, so maybe just turn off your computer if you're at work. For the ladies, you're gonna love this one. It's me. Yeah, I wish. Now, okay. The first time I saw this shot, immediately what jumped into my mind, Greek physique and paintings. Classical stuff. I immediately see stuff that is literally for a museum. I can't tell you enough how much I love this shot. And the cool thing is, we normally see a lot of girls being photographed. Here we have a guy, and look at how he looks. It's just amazing. And I love the red here. Maybe for me personal, and when you don't know him, find him online. It's a painter called Caravaggio. And he really has these strong reds. I would love to see a little bit more red in this part, in the towel. Maybe I would like to see his hand, but dude, really, this is one sick shot. Absolutely amazing. And it's really difficult to light something like this perfectly. Look at his face. Perfect jawline in lighting, because the jawline is darker. I just love the whole physique, how he did it. The veins on his body, the muscles, the towel, the backdrop. It's an amazing shot. I can't say anything more. Does it tell a story? Yes, a little bit. Is it enough? I don't know. But trust me, for retouching wise, lighting wise, I would love to do something like this. It's just stunning. Okay, this is also amazing. I didn't see all the shots, by the way. We just dumped them into a folder, and I wanted to make sure that during the broadcast I see him almost for the first time. So some I did see, but others I didn't. And this one I didn't see yet. And this is something that... This is one of those shots where you just go like, did I really take this shot? And you look back on your camera and you go like, yes. And you just put your camera back in the bag and you go home, because you can never top that again, right? Right moment. I love the droplets. 2 droplets in front of his face, but hey man, come on. I love that he is literally just almost into this part, into the framing of the lighting. I love the backdrop. I love the whole kite thing. Everything is perfectly sharp and in focus, as I can see. It's just insane. Dude, you are lucky that you took something like this. Really, really cool shot. Okay, I love dogs, and this shot is no exception. Really like it. It's an action shot. The eyes are in focus. I would love to see a little bit more light on this side, but hey, it's in nature. I do think that it's a little bit too much. I don't know if it's fake. I will just call it fake depth of field. Probably not, but it's shot on 2.8. So yeah, probably it's real. And it's on 70 mil, so I don't know if it's real. Maybe there's a little bit more blur than you would actually expect. I think so, but I don't know. Overall, yes, but I would like to see the backdrop a little bit sharper. But overall, yeah, great moment. And it's hard to shoot a dog, I know. I tried many times and no. I didn't get anything like this, but still, awesome shot. Okay, next one. Okay. Love the expression. Love the backdrop. Like the styling. I love the hair over here. And I love the black and white conversion. You see me doubting in something, and what I'm actually doubting about is there's something with the symmetry in the shot. It's somehow, it struggles a little bit here in this part with her coat and her hands in the pocket. I don't know. I probably would just tilt it a little bit more. But overall, man, this is a great shot. And especially the expression, and that's so hard to do. You see so many cool girls standing in front of a camera and they just don't convince, if you know what I mean. They just don't give you that wow effect. One moment, I have to check batteries. Yeah, they're fine. They just don't give you that wow effect. And this image gives me a wow effect, literally. There's just something that's a little bit like, we call it in the Netherlands wringen. It's something. I can't put my finger on it. I think it has to do with her hands in the pocket and her whole coat. But overall, great shot. Really love it. Okay, love this one too. Mostly for the lighting. I like the lighting. I like the backdrop a lot. However, it's not a shot where I go like, wow, immediately, right? The expression is nice. I love the posing. I love that old-fashioned look. But when I compare it to something like this, see the difference? It's that final part of retouching. And when I look at something like this, I go like, ooh, I would love to see a little bit more in depth in that retouching, a little bit more contrast. But also great. I didn't see any shot yet that I didn't like. Oh, and one other thing. Look at this. It's coming out of his head. So when you look at the top of his head, you see that the backdrop is a little bit It's growing out of his head. It's not really bad, but it's something that looks like he has ears, like bunny ears. And that's something that maybe just move him a little bit around. Okay, next one. Okay. I love the posing. Man, it hurts when I look at it. The thing about this is I would love to see more detail in her clothing. Without any doubt, it's too dark for me. And the tree. When you look at this, the tree is literally growing out of her hands and foot. So that's a little bit less, but the posing, I like the area. But when you look at the back, you see some, not umbrellas, you know what I mean, right? You see them on terraces. So I like it. I know what you like about it, like the whole color scheme here, the graffiti, the tree and the pose. But for me, the backdrop takes too much attention. When I look at the shot, I don't look at the model, I look at the backdrop. So let's try this again. I hope again that we don't have a lot of lag. Normally we stream from one computer and do the retouching on the other one, but I can't do that now. Yeah, I think this is better, because now your eye isn't drawn immediately to the backdrop. So yeah, I would do it a little bit more like that. But great moment. And posing again, wow. Okay. Here we go. Wow. Now this takes planning, this takes styling. The model that has to be crazy to do this and then pull it off. Look at everything is the right color blue. I love the hair, love the makeup on her eyes, love those little sproeten. I don't know what to call it in English, sorry. I just draw a blank. I love that the orange is coming back here. We love orange. And on the nails, yeah, I really like this. Wow. If I have to have one point of critique, I would like her eyes to be a little bit more centered. Now you see that you have a little bit of, we call it the Walking Dead eyes, zombie eyes, where everything is white and you don't really see the pupil of the eye. So that's the only thing, literally the only thing in this shot that I go like, that could be better. If I would have shot this, I would have kept it without any doubt in my portfolio, trust me. But it would bug me like crazy that the eyes weren't 100% shown. But hey man, this is, wow, really cool. Oh wow, yep, there we go, this is cool. Yep. Now remember when I told you about the landscape that was perfect but not perfect in storytelling? Here we go with storytelling. Look at this. Think about all the people gone. What do you have? You have a perfect black and white landscape image, right? By placing people in there, one, you have scale, so you know how big it is. For example, if the people weren't there, it could also be like miles high or very tiny. By putting people in the scene, you can actually see freckles. That was indeed, thank you very much, Nico. Very small letter, sorry. Yeah, freckles. Okay, so when you place people in a scene, you have scale. Sometimes you don't want that, sometimes you do. In this case, I think it really helps. But the other thing that he did really smart, or see, is actually some people are standing still and you have some people that move around. And this is something that I love in a shot. Now, I don't know if he composited several shots, because in all honesty, this looks like an adult, and he's really small. This also looks like an adult, but it's a giant, and the same with this guy or girl. So I don't know if it's a composite, and I don't even care. It's just that whole combination of this shot, awesome. Really, really nice. Yeah, wow. Like the black and white conversion, like the silhouette, like the jump, like the chain. I don't know if he's standing on the chain. I think so. Great shot. Framing, vignetting, like the staircases, like the lights in the back from the city. Yeah, like it. It's not an image where I go like, wow, this is amazing, but it's just an image where I go like, love it. I think even when he would have worn other shoes, the whole image would fall down. These shoes really enhance that image. And that's something that I immediately drew my eyes to. Like, hey, wow, I love those shoes. I love how it really enhances that silhouette. Great shot. Also the framing, yeah. And there's a guitar in there. I don't know if this guy stole it from me or Nah, I don't think so. A few years ago, I actually took a shot that is very, very similar to this with Nadine in a dress, climbing up a ladder like this and shooting it with a wide angle from the bottom up. It just works, you know. There are some of those situations where I see something like this and immediately go to model, okay, climb up, take a shot with a wide angle. Same here, love the shot, really nice. I like actually that his shoes are not hitting the staircase and he's literally just hanging there. Really nice. Love the lighting on his face, with like a little bit more light maybe on that eye, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? This is a moment and you have to capture it. But you could do it by just tilting his head a little bit more towards that side. But hey, absolutely love it. Great, great shot. Gonna take a drink for this one. Okay. Absolutely wow. This is, without any doubt, one of the best portraits I've seen in years. Look at the eyes. Look at the whole stuff on her face and then everything around her. Like, it almost looks like she has a hair or something like a basket. This is insane. This is literally insane. I can't stress enough how much I like this. And the eyes and everything, the lips. Wow. I'm not easily impressed, guys, but this, and especially lighting wise, I know how incredibly hard this is to light. You have a lot of dark and you still want everything from these hair strands or whatever it is you want to show up. And look at this on the sides, how dark they get but still have detail. This is stunning, stunning work. This is absolutely amazing. Wow. Great. Okay, love it. Look at the expression. Look at the whole styling, look at the backdrop, everything is thought of. Great shot, great storytelling. Let me see, what's not to like? There's nothing not to like. I always try to find something in an image that can be improved. I think in this case it looks a little bit too harsh, if you know what I mean, right? It doesn't really blend together like one image. It's a little bit like, it almost looks like a composite while it's probably not. And it's mostly because, do you see this dark line around her finger? It almost looks like it was shot with flash during normal lighting. This is where you get something like, if you shoot something with ambient lighting and the lighting level is too high, and you also use strobes or flash, you have this part that's always a little bit black because the model just moves a little bit and that's actually captured by the ambient light, and the strobe actually freezes that motion, and then you get those little nasty black lines over here, and it's actually the hand that didn't get any light. And I think that happened here because this, if you do a composite, you would never see an error here because it's literally inside the area where you shoot, so there's no need to do that. So overall, I love the shot, really like it. Is it a winner? I think no, but I think it's great to have in your portfolio because you show that you can actually, 1, tell a story, 2, capture great expression, and 3, just have a fun shot. And that's all what photography is about, right? Having fun and sharing and just telling stories. And this one, really great. Okay, product photography. Yeah, this is something that I also absolutely love. And the reason I say I absolutely love this is for one very simple reason. Everything is black. Do you notice this? Everything is black except the logo, the outlines of the bottle, but everything in the bottle is pure black. Look at the glass. Everything is black except a little bit of the red over here. And you see the perfect outline of the glass. You see a little bit of the shadow. I see a little bit of a dust spot here that I would taken away, but hey, okay. Great shot. One thing to improve, get your dots tool in Photoshop and make this a little bit lighter on the right side. Because if I look at the left side of the bottle, I hope you can see my little pointer here. If I look at the left side of the bottle, I see a lot of detail and there's a lot of brightness there. Then when I go to the right side of the bottle, this is a little bit darker while everything else is in balance. So I would just enhance that a little bit more. Overall, wow, love the shot. And again, this is something I think is very, very hard to capture. And he or she did great. Can't say anything more. I just love it. Maybe I would enhance the reds just a little bit more, also with the dodge tool. Just go over the reds just a little bit, like here. The bottom part really, really shows. And then the more you go up, the red just dies down a little bit. I think I would enhance that just a little bit. And maybe also in the glass, just add a little bit more red. But hey, that's minor details. Don't think that's as hitting on an image or whatever. This is really, really good. It's a 99, just make it 100. And I couldn't even get this 99, trust me. I would probably strike out at 75% of this image. Okay, I love the lighting here. Composition wise, same thing. I would crop it tighter on the sides and on the top. I like the expression, like the headpiece. I love all the details here. And this is something that I also do. When I shoot something that complicated with a headpiece, I always go with my dodge tool and just go over all those small details to make sure that all those details just show up a little bit better. I just absolutely love the shot. Great. I like also that there are two different colors of light. This is something that is so easy to do, and a lot of people try to correct it. Don't. And how is it easy to do? Use one continuous light source and one strobe, and you have two different colors of light. No need to use gels. Use gels and it's even better. Okay, and the final shot. Okay, here you have indeed gels. Great. I like the cat's lights in the eyes. I like this part of the with the flowers. I like the hair. There's enough separation in the back. Great shot. But is it a winner? I don't know. I don't think so. Okay, let me do it this. I think I know the winners. Let me go through them. Without any doubt, this one. For the very simple reason, getting everything together, telling a story. And again, telling a story for me is vital. It's the part that really drives down a shot. If you don't tell a story, it's not your best shot ever. Don't be offended, but it's simply not. Let me see. Hey Frank, the dog shot. I can send you the raw. It is real. Haha. Bert, I absolutely believe you because I saw 2.8, so I know it's real. But it's, you know, sometimes something looks fake, but it isn't. You know what I mean? And that just means that you shot it on 2.8, maybe shoot it on 5.6 to make it look different. And again, sometimes it looks like you faked it, but it didn't. So I love that shot, but I would like a little bit more depth of field. But I trust you, when I saw 2.8, I actually knew, okay, this is probably real. But you know what I mean. And I think Bert and I know each other, so I'm pretty sure. Okay, let me see which one I like more. I also love this one, without any doubt. I loved this one too. I liked this one and that one. Okay, let me go through filter and only do rated. Okay, so now we have these left. So we have this one, Okay, your best shot ever. So no mistakes. No excuses. Now we're gonna go really, really rough and hard on you guys. No, you fail. Very simple reason, the eye. Only thing, styling perfect, color perfect, everything's perfect. Zombie eyes. No, so you go out. Okay. Really hard, the hand. Every time I look at the shot, I go, it's almost perfect. Freaking hand. I want to see that hand. So sorry, you're out. That hurts. Okay, then I have to be harsh, right? If you go for a product shot, you have time. After that in Photoshop, you have time. This, I would really enhance just a little bit more. I'm so sorry, but you're out. So we have two left. Okay. And this is really, really hard. Okay. And this will probably get a lot of you guys upset, but I don't care. This is the winner. And I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to give them both prices. I'm going to ask KelbyOne if they can give you 2 memberships. So this one is so stunningly perfect. The eyes, the lips, the whole styling, the lighting is insanely done. It's a killer shot. I love this shot so much. However, this is a model. This is proper styling. This is a proper photographer who knows how to light stuff. And it's a great shot, don't get me wrong. But the technical difficulty of something like this can be learned. This is something, if you practice enough, you can pull off. Now, when you go to this one, although technically it's a much less image, you have normal people posing. You have a dog posing. You have your kitchen that you have to light, and you have to tell a story. Now, try to get your mom on a picture with a pen and try her to make her look great in exposure, in expression. That's really hard because it's not a model. Get everybody together and try to think of a story that literally engages people. So, although I think that in photography, if you go to a photography school, this image will get you an A+. There will be teachers that will go to this image, yeah, you know, in the back, I don't like the lady, she isn't really going for it. Yeah, the dog is a little bit out of focus. You see the distortion of the wide angle, you see the lighting. You know, I don't really care for that kind of stuff. I want an image where I look at the image and I go like, wow, this is one great story. Because in the essence, photography is storytelling. It's really hard. I would prefer to say we have 2 winners. We have 1 winner in literally technical perfection. I just can't say anything more. This is just stunning. And we have 1 winner in storytelling and conveying that story to people. And again, if I would have said this is the 1, and this is the 1 minus. 1 minus 1/4, if you know what I mean. Like 1 and 1 minus a quarter, and then comes number 2. I hope you guys agree with me. Just leave the comments below. The winners, contact me and you will get your free KelbyOne Pro membership for a full year. That's going to be awesome. And I can already tell you that the next competition will be sponsored by XP Pen, and they're going to give you a tablet. Yes. But for that competition, listen very closely. I want to see composites. And I want to see composites from photographers that preferably don't have a lot of experience with compositing. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm going to throw out everything that looks too professional, but trust me, when I see something where I go like, yeah, sure, that image I will judge differently. So we will have probably 2 prizes. I will give 1 to images that look really professional. And please mention in your send in, hey, I'm a professional, I know what to do. And I will give you a prize for that category. But I also want to have a category like guys like me who never did compositing before the pandemic. And now during the pandemic started shooting action figures and just make something out of it. So I want to have 2 different categories for that. The professionals and the amateurs. I just thought of that like now. Okay guys, I hope that you liked this episode. We just try to keep you guys inspired with everything. And if you want to support our channel, of course, just smash that like button and share the videos we make, because we really want more subscribers, of course. And if you really want to have some cool stuff, join our Patreon, our Learning with Frank Patreon. It starts at $1 a month. You get free videos with portfolio reviews from your fellow Patreons. If they are in a higher tier, I believe starting at $10 or $15 a month, you also get once a month a full portfolio review of 1 or 2 images. I retouch them, I tell you everything what I think about those images. And the other Patreons can actually also see those videos. We have a nice community there where you can ask any questions you want. I often respond within a few hours. So that's a really nice community. So make sure you follow us there too on Patreon. And anything else, if you want some more instructional videos, just go to our website with our videos and you can get a lot of instructional videos there. Okay, I would like to thank KelbyOne and especially Scott, of course, for giving us an awesome prize. And I just told him you give 2 prizes. I'm sorry, Scott, but that will be no problem, I guess. And for you guys, please stay safe, keep shooting, and most of all, keep being inspired and inspire other people. Thank you so very much. And for all the people that send in my opinion, you're all winners. The images looked absolutely amazing, but I have to choose, and I hope you agree with my choice. I would love to see in the comments below, by the way, which of those 2 images you like the best. If you like the one that is technically 100% perfect and styling, or do you like the one that's maybe not technical perfect, but just gives you that smile on your face and go like, yeah man, that's my household, or not. Oh, we have another question coming in. Thank you, Frank, and say hello to Anneweek. Okay, yes, I will do that. Of course, Anneweek is now sleeping, so I will wake her up and tell her that Paul says hi, so she will be angry at you that I wake her up. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or find us on social media. Smash that like button and tell other people about our channel. Thank you so very much, guys, and see you next time. Stay safe.